For those of you who are just joining us here at the top of an hour, let me explain exactly where we are. Charles Barkley basically got in Jay Will's ear at a college game at Auburn this weekend and convinced Jay that it is lame, your word,
yes,
that the Lakers hung a banner in their arena commemorating their championship in the NBA's inaugural in-season tournament. Am I explaining that correctly?
That is an accurate assessment.
And I have taken completely the opposite position, which is to say I think they did exactly the right thing because they are part of the NBA, and everyone in the NBA has a vested interest in the in-season tournament being meaningful. They want it to be something that fans care about. They ask the fans to care about it. They ask the players to take it seriously. And then what you cannot do is have it come and go and then pretend it never happened at all. So I have zero issue with them unveiling what is a smaller, we are watching on our screen here, the banner.
It is a smaller banner. Championship banners, Greeny. It's next to the World Championship banner.
It's next to them, but it is not the same size. It is not as prominent. It says in-season tournament. They're not trying to act like it is something other than what it is. And so I will come back to you for those who are just joining us, and I would say when this NBA in-season tournament rolls around next year and they want to try and make it as big as they possibly can and make it a big deal and everything else, how are they going to do that if people say to them, well, last year the Lakers won it and they acted like it didn't even matter. You got 10 minutes after it was over, they made no big deal out of it. They're not handing out rings. They're not confusing it or comparing it. No one is comparing it in this conversation with the NBA title that is won in June, except you and Charles. I'm saying it is a good idea to commemorate it. This is something that they want to grow over the next 5 years and beyond, and this was the best way for them to do that.
All I'm saying is it feels like we're living in a world where you're talking about what's best for business. Yeah. That makes all the sense in the world.
Right.
I understand that. But from the Lakers' perspective, you are one of the all-time winningest teams in NBA history. So there are other ways of commemorating an in-season tournament than hanging a banner.
Like what?
Put up a plaque. Do something different than hanging a banner. You know what I hate, Greeny? When I go into gyms and I see 9,000 banners, it makes things meaningless. I'm like, well, where are the national championship banners? I see the Eastern Conference smaller division, the Atlantic division, the Central division, all these other. I want to see championship banners. We talk about championships being the defining things for teams. I don't like where everybody gets a trophy. I want to see the trophy.
But this is a trophy they want to matter. What I'm saying to you is they don't want this not to matter. The NBA, the Lakers, and everyone else wants this to be meaningful. Now we're getting into a syntax discrepancy over whether we should have a plaque or a banner. Is that really what we're doing
Yes,
here?
it's a plaque.
Maybe by putting a banner up there, the Lakers are actually sending a message to the world. This does matter. This did matter to us. This is something people should take seriously in the future. Maybe this is actually outstanding by them. They're saying, for all the stuff we've accomplished, this does matter to me.
You think Laker fans, if you're a Laker fan and you're at home right now or you're in your car, you're looking at yourself after this is over and say, you know what? This season has been a success. We won the in-season tournament.
See,
are you saying that?
You keep elevating the stakes.
Yes.
I'm leaving it right where it is. The in-season tournament is what the in-season tournament is. It matters as much as you decide to make it matter.
But it doesn't. Let me
tell you my story.
Yes, okay.
Let me tell you my story. I was many years ago. This is a long time ago. I had the great privilege of being backstage at an awards show where they were giving out a variety of awards.
Okay.
And one of the awards they gave was to Jack Nicklaus, the legendary Jack Nicklaus, the most accomplished golfer of all time.
Yes.
Right there in the GOAT conversation. I believe he is the greatest golfer of all time. But certainly he and Tiger Woods are the two that you can talk about. Jack's longevity, in my opinion, puts him at number one. But either way, you don't need me to tell you who Jack Nicklaus is. He, of course, in his home has 18 major championship trophies. He has a green jacket, even though those are supposed to stay at Augusta. He has any number. I can't even fathom the number of trophies and awards he has in his house, right? So he is given an award. He goes out onto the stage. He receives it. He is handed some kind of, cup. I don't know what it is, a trophy.
Yep.
And he makes a beautiful, meaningful, touching, exceptional speech. And then he came walking off the stage. People are clapping, all that kind of stuff. The conversation, the ceremony moves on to something else. As he walks off the stage, he puts the trophy down on a little table and just keeps walking.
Yes!
I have no idea what became of it. I don't know what it was. I don't know where it is. I don't know. But I can tell you one thing is for certain. He wasn't interested in it. And this is the reason I tell you that story. Because the NBA in-season tournament cannot be that. Cannot be something that LeBron James, with his 4 NBA championships, gets handed that little trophy, and as he walks off the stage, he leaves it on the little table and then just goes out into the night and minds his own business. If you allow this in-season tournament trophy, if you allow this in-season tournament event to be that, then there's no way in the world you're ever going to get the fans to care about it. If you want the fans to care about it, you have to convince them it matters to you. That I have been arguing this point in a different way for years. When NBA players, and they've been so much better this year about playing, look how good the season has been, because the best players are playing, it feels like practically all of the games. When the NBA players rest, when they just take a game off, the message they are sending to you as a fan is, this game doesn't matter enough to me to play it, so why should you care about it? This is the opposite of that.
I'm so ready to dice up your argument here.
Go.
Okay? You're telling me the only way to show to fans that it matters is to put up a banner. There's nothing else meaningful that you can do than putting up a banner. You can't say...
I think it's a good way.
So you're telling me if before a game they say, welcome your 2023 in-season tournament champs, and everybody comes out, they put their hands up, they all get some kind of reward, that's not meaningful. Because I think we're having two separate conversations. I agree that it's the best thing for the league having your best players buy into it and having LeBron James, one of the greatest players to ever walk the planet, want to win it. I get that. But I think there are other ways you can commemorate it if you're the Lakers than hanging a banner that is just as meaningful.
So again, I want to make clear, this is about the Lakers.
Yes, this is about the Lakers.
If Indiana had won that game,
hang a banner.
Night, they have never won an NBA championship.
Hang a banner.
But would that in its own way not be infinitely lamer? Now you walk in there and you say, oh, you can't win an NBA championship, but you're going to put up an in-season tournament one. That's really weak.
No.
For the Lakers, with their 16 NBA titles, to hang one, I think, is actually more meaningful.
No, I think it's more meaningful for the Pacers, who's never won anything. I mean, I'd rather them show, hey, here's one of the first things. This is the first step for us getting to where we want to be inevitably. For the Lakers, I don't think me seeing a banner going world champion, world champion, world champion, world champion, IST champ. What is that?
They actually spelled it out on the banner. It does say in-season tournament.